on them haters.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cincinnati Bengals. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This is taken at his 4. He spins free. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Wrong.
On first down, Luck. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw on 2nd down is Luck. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Luck. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there on a Bengal 1st.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
On 1st and 10, Simpson eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Simpson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Right back to him on first down. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Back to throw. Love. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Jonathan Hankins able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Luck in the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Luck. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. The Bengals getting set to go. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there for the Bengals. 45 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, that was not a highlight play for the offense. But how about the previous play? A big run? They're used to trading that, especially if you're a Hall of Fame runner. Big run, maybe not so much on the next one, but the big ones add up over time.
To throw on 2nd down. Simpson throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Flush to his right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Throwing his Love. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On first down, it's Love. Going up top. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Love. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing again is Love. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Leopard! Gone!
Looking to throw on second down. Simpson flushed out right. Now he's going to send this one deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That goes for a gain of 31.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Looking to throw. Simpson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
To throw again. Simpson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Simpson. Now he's going to throw it back deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big gain of 39 on 3rd. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 2nd down. Simpson. Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Off the play fake. Simpson. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Locke. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Out of the gun, Love. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 20. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Simpson. Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Detroit!
Throwing again. Simpson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
The give is to Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And another timeout taken by the Colts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Simpson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lawson. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will make our score 9-0. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes inside him.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. A final shot before the break. Luck. He's going to go for a big play down, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Simpson, flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Simpson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Luck. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. They'll fake it. Now Love. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Here's Luck now on second down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48th. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard. Here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And he'll at least get them inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. In on the tackle, Kamoko Toure.
Detroit! Detroit!
To throw on second down. Simpson dancing to his left. Dumps it off to Mixon. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Love. Now a hit, and Love lost the football. It's out. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Luck on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Off play action. Simpson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
On second down, here's Mixon finding some room at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup And guess what? It's now third and very short in order to...
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. To the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. Josh Lambo now for the point after. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Luck now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Luck. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And now look at this, big gain but a fumble. And the Bengals have recovered it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now a first down throw. Luck going for it all. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, Luck again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jonathan Hankins able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Luck now to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. To throw is Luck. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Luck on 3rd and goal. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter, you're going. Desperation time for Luck on 4th down. Flushed out right. And this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Bengals will get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 15. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. After the interception, it's Luck. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Luck. And it's caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. So here we go. The Colts will go for 2. Here's Luck. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a 1-score game. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is taken at his 4. Twisting away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw on second down. Simpson. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. It's caught inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. A handoff to Mixon. And able to work his way down to the 16. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. On second down, Elliott. He gets away from one. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again to Elliott. Oh, now he bowls him over. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And another timeout taken by the Colts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9.
Again, it's Mixon. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Colts getting ready to go. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better, and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. On first down, Love. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Luck on 2nd down. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here trying to preserve the lead. Now Love. Buying time to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.